Hey guys, it's James here. Listen, there's a topic I want to talk about that has been coming up for me recently. I've been looking at the comments on TikTok and looking through a lot of these topics, so I decided to stop by here, turn the car off, and actually answer this question. And the question is, how do you actually change your thoughts? How do you overcome negative self-talk? How do you stop ruminating on something? And I can't seem to calm the negative thoughts or the negative talk that I have in my mind. I can't seem to calm that down. It just seems to go on a runaway freight train. That's a challenge that a lot of people have. You may be experiencing some challenges in your life right now, whether they're positive, negative. Well, usually if it's a challenge, it's probably negative. Maybe going through something really intense, maybe dealing with a breakup, maybe dealing with a financial crisis, you may be dealing with some kind of loss, or you may be dealing with a health challenge, and you have these thoughts that continue, or maybe just throughout your life, your day-to-day existence, you find yourself not being able to control thoughts like, I'm never going to be able to do this. I'm not good enough. I'm not capable enough. Why does this always happen to me? Or why am I not capable enough to be able to do X, Y, Z? And you find yourself feeling down, and you find yourself feeling less than stellar. You have great potential for changing how you feel. And you find yourself, you get stuck in this rut where the thoughts continue to go on and on and on. And the more you focus on it, and the more you ruminate on it, and the more you think about the thoughts, it just keeps spiraling. And the more you focus on it, the more you feel worse. And then more thoughts come. We're going to put a stop to that, right? And first, let's talk about why that happens, okay? Why does this happen? There's a lot of different reasons why that happens. And it's all different from me. Different people have different upbringing and different ways that this has been created. But in effect, ultimately, what you really do have is a pattern or a program that is running in the background, okay? You have a program and you have an energetic whisper that's whispering to you in your mind, and the words are not that critical, but it's the energy that's behind the intention of the words that is keeping you stuck there. Okay? So you have this program that's running in your field. You have this program that's running in your mind that's going around, and it's creating, and it's just you're focusing on it, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay? So that's the technical aspect of what's happening, okay? And that manifests itself as it then has physiological effects on your brain chemistry and your thoughts, and then has a physiological biochemical impact on how your body creates different types of hormones and different types of chemicals in the body, which then gives you the fight or flight response, gives you the feeling of feeling down, right? But it really comes from that energy first. The energy then triggers your thought process, and the thought process then activates biochemistry in the body, and your body then responds, and your neurology then responds to that, and you feel like garbage. And it just cycles, right? So how do you break that cycle? Well, a couple things. When you're feeling bad, what a lot of people like to do is they like to find ways to cope with feeling bad, okay? So they might go for a walk, they might do a meditation, they might ignore it, right? They might push it away. They might try to ignore it and try to think positive. I'm thinking positive, right? It's like, you're going through this bad time, and it's like, I'm just going to pretend it's not there. And I'm just going to try and force myself to think positively about that. But internally, you actually don't feel positive, right? You're trying to think positive, but inside you really don't feel it, right? And even though you say, I feel good, 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 internally, how you really feel is you feel like garbage, right? That's what really happens, right? So you feel like garbage on the inside, and you're trying to say that you're feeling good, and then your subconscious mind sees that you're saying this and says, you're lying, right? And then it makes you feel even worse, and it continues to spiral down. So it's not as simple as just saying, you just got to think positive, right? Although that is technically what you need to do, right? You do need to change how you think. But you do need to address and confront the underlying energy that's there. Otherwise, it will spiral in the opposite direction to the one that you want to go with, right? So this is what you need to do, right? Or this is potentially what you need to do. There are a lot of different things you could do. I mean, going for a walk and doing meditation is very good. It's quieting the mind, right? And the mind is like a dog, right? The mind is like a dog. It's like chattering to. It's like barking at you all the time, right? Trying to get your attention. It's like, hey, take me for a walk, right? And it's like talking to you all the time. It's trying to get your attention, right? So rather than you caving to the mind, to your thoughts, to the program, you do need to take charge over it, right? And this is an energy that you need to address. You do need to realize that if you're struggling to fight the thoughts, there may be a part of you that does not want to fight it, right? And what do I mean by that? There may be a part of you that is identifying as being a victim to these thoughts, that you feel that you have no control over them. You feel that they have control over your life. You feel that they have an immense control over you, and you just have no ability to fight back. You have no ability to take charge over them. That these thoughts just come out of nowhere, right? And they control every aspect of your life, and you just have no control over that process in and of itself. There is a part of you that probably feels that way. You need to realize that you really do have control over your thoughts. It's your mind. Your mind. And just like when you have a dog, when you have a pet, right? When you have a puppy. I got a big Malamute, right? I got Bailey as a big Malamute, big Alaskan Malamute. You know, when we first had Bailey, we adopted him when he was 2 years old, and he came pre-programmed with behaviors, right? And his is this big dog. It's like 30, 40 kilos, right? And we were taking him out for the walk for the first time. I never had a dog before. And it's pulling, and it's pulling, and it's pulling, and it's pulling, and it's pulling. And it's like, hey, stop pulling, right? And he's not listening at all. He's just running, and it's like pulling. At that point, we weren't walking the dog. The dog was walking us. The dog was walking us. We were not walking the dog at all. We had no control over the dog. And I felt like that, man, this is like impossible. How am I ever going to walk this dog that is constantly, as soon as the door opens, he just runs out the door with the leash on and is pulling us, and my shoulder is like getting dragged out. How am I ever gonna control this big dog, right? How are we ever gonna be able to walk outside in peace and be like good citizens and not have him lunge at different people as different people come across, right? When they're walking from the other side of the footpath, or if another dog comes by, how do I stop him from lunging, right? And the answer is you have to train the dog, right? And this is the same way. It takes time. And the reason why it takes time is because you probably have had a habit of allowing that behavior, allowing those thoughts, allowing your mind to do that. You have a habit of not taking control over your thought process. You have a habit of relinquishing your responsibility. You're not exercising your power over your mind. So it's difficult. It's like going to the gym for the very first time. It's gonna be hard. If you haven't worked out ever and you're like 50 kilos overweight, or you're like 100 pounds overweight, and you go to the gym for the very first time in your entire life, you're like 40 years old, and you've never been on a treadmill, you never lifted any weights at all, and this is your first day at the gym working out, it's gonna be really hard because you haven't done it. And not only have you not done it, you're not starting at zero, you're at like negative 50 kilos. You're at negative 100 pounds. You're at this place that, even though it's a lot easier for other people, you got to realize that you're at a different level. And there's no judgment with that, right? Just have to understand that that may be where you're at, right? And that's okay. It doesn't mean that you can't take control of it eventually, right? It just means you have to put in a little bit more work, and this has to become a little bit more of a focus, and it has to be something that you give yourself a little bit more grace with in dealing with it. One of the other challenges might be that you immediately try to go from a completely depressed, negative state to a blissful, oh my God, I love life type of state. That's too big of a jump. All right? It's okay to feel like garbage sometimes. It's okay to feel sad sometimes. It's okay to feel a little bit depressed sometimes. It's okay to have a little bit of anxiety and a little bit of fear, if it is appropriate. Okay? If it is appropriate, it's totally okay. It's okay. It's where you're at, right? So really the first key is you have to acknowledge where you're at. Don't try to push the feeling away, right? I have someone in my family that I know, her coping mechanism is to push the feeling away. Whenever something bad happens, she can't confront it. So she'll just ignore it. I just want it to go away. Okay, I'm just going to ignore it, right? I'm not going to say anything, I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to bottle it up. Well, that's not going to help because this is going to have to go out somewhere, right? So you need to acknowledge it. You need to acknowledge your feeling. And it's okay. You can be like, don't lie to yourself. If you feel bad, it's like, I feel really bad right now. Like, these thoughts, I don't like this, right? I feel bad. Good. That's good, right? Acknowledge how you feel. Genuinely acknowledge how you feel. And be okay with that, without judgment, right? Next, what you need to do is you need to identify, okay, if I feel bad, what do I want instead? I don't want this. I don't like how I'm feeling. I don't like these thoughts. What do I want instead? Right? Actually take charge. You start taking charge over how you feel. Start taking charge over how you think and how you feel. What do I want instead? I don't like this. Good. What do I want to feel instead? What do I really want instead? And sometimes, if you're feeling really bad, sometimes the good feeling is feeling upset. That sounds counterintuitive, but if you're feeling depressed, right, and you're feeling scared, sometimes getting really, really angry is better than feeling super depressed, right? Sometimes if this is really shutting you down, these thoughts, this rumination is really shutting you down, a better feeling would be getting really angry. Getting really upset. Man, why does this keep happening to me? I'm so upset that this keeps happening to me. I'm so annoyed. I'm frustrated that these thoughts keep happening to. Good. What do you want instead? See, it gives you that energy. You start building up that energy, right? And start building that emotional energy to then direct it at something. The key question you want to ask is, what do I want instead? What do I want instead? All right? So rather than succumbing to the thoughts, being a victim to the thoughts, feeling like you have no control over the thoughts, you allow that, you have a little bit of fight energy, you have a little bit of anger, right? You have a little bit of upset. You allow that emotion to well up, and then you direct it towards what you want, right? What do I really want? How do I want to think? How do I want to really what are the thoughts that I want to have, and then you put that intention out there. And some of you think that that's negative, but it's really not, because you're taking an active step to take charge over your thoughts, to take charge over your mind, to take charge over your thought process. You're taking charge over how you feel. And you're not going to be in the negative state forever. This is just this is like the ignition for the car. This is the juice that you need to just get started, right? Then you can kick in with the gratitude afterwards, right? You can kick in with the gratitude to realize that this is serving you, that this thing, these thoughts, these patterns are here to get you to train yourself, to train your mind. It's really here. It's for your benefit, right? You might think it's not for your benefit because you feel like garbage, but it is for your benefit. It's triggering something within you to let you know, hey, you got to take care of this. Hey, you got to be, man, this is another opportunity for you to really take charge over your life. There's another opportunity for you to really take charge over your thoughts. This is an opportunity for you to really show and demonstrate to yourself, not to other people, not for show, to demonstrate to yourself that you have the ability to take charge over your thought processes, and that this thing is not stronger than you, that these thoughts do not control you, that you control your thoughts, you control how you feel, you control your experience, you control where you want to go and what your intention is going to be. It's allowing you the opportunity to train yourself. You know, when you go to a gym and you want to work out the muscle, how do you make the muscle stronger? You got to break it down by lifting the weight, right? You lift the weight and it breaks it down. And after you rest, the muscle then reconstructs itself and gets stronger. This is the same way. This is giving you an opportunity. It's beating you down to give you that opportunity to be like, all right, I'm going to make a change. I'm going to take control over this. And it's creating that habit, right? But you have to fight it. You have to not fight it in a, I guess you could. Not fight it and I hate it, but fight it with an understanding of knowing that this is a phenomenal opportunity for you to take charge over your life. This is a phenomenal gift for you. These thoughts and these patterns in this program is triggering something within you to allow you to take and build the habit of overcoming. And when you've built the habit of overcoming this pattern, you will overcome it. And it won't show up again because you will have an automatic habit of overcoming these thought processes. These thoughts, you would just like laugh at them. It's like, oh, okay, well, hey, look, I got this thing. Oh my God, why does this keep happening, right? And you won't have that charge anymore, right? Another key hack that you can do is if you find yourself and you can't seem to calm down the negative thoughts and you want to release that energy that's attached to it, there is a tapping process called the EFT, or thought field therapy. There's a lot of things you can do. This is one of them, right? This is not the be all and end all of solutions. It is just one method out of many that you could potentially do. You could change your state. You could do like, you could do EFT. You can go out for a walk. You can, go exercise. You can, listen to music. You can dance. You can sing. You can watch funny videos. It doesn't matter, right? You can go and have a great conversation with a friend, or you can call up a friend, right? A lot of things you can do. Right? This is one of them, all right? EFT. You tap on certain parts of the body, right? So there's like here, there's like here, there's like here, there's like here, there's like here. Got your collarbone, certain parts on the fingers as well. There's a video on my Instagram page. It's tagged at the top. And I'll link it here if you want. I'll link it down below. It will take you through the process of actually how to do this. Really quick, it takes 5 minutes, right? If you find yourself you can't get over the thoughts, watch the video. It will walk you through how to do this and do the tapping process on the thoughts. And in virtually 5 minutes, you will feel potentially a lot better. because it will release the energy that's attached to the thoughts, the energy that is underlying the negative thoughts that are there, right? Remember, that energy is actually how we feel, which then creates a thought process, and those thought processes which then activate our neurology, almost, our autonomic nervous system gets activated and triggered by the thoughts that we have. The biochemistry, biochemically gets activated, right? So if you eliminate the energy that's underlying it, then it will deal with the negative charge that's attached to feeling like you're not able to overcome, feeling like that this thing has control over you, feeling like that these thoughts are overwhelming you, okay? So the last thing and the last technique is a really simple one, and it is gratitude and appreciation. It is to be grateful, and sometimes it is very difficult to be grateful for stuff that, especially when you're having a challenging time, it's really hard to find things that you're grateful for. But every single person in the world, in any situation, has something to be appreciative of, something to be grateful for. This is the key. This is the hack. This is the mindset hack. This is the thought process hack. This is the energetic hack that you can do at any given time, no matter how garbage you feel, right? No matter what's going on, to find the good, to find the gold, to find something that you can be grateful about, to find something that you can be appreciative about in this situation, in this circumstance, in this experience. And if you can do that, and it could just be something so simple, like the fact that you're watching this video, you could be saying something like, I'm grateful that I'm watching this video. If you're even able to understand the concept that of me talking to you, I'm grateful for being able to listen, to have hearing, to be able to listen to this video. I'm grateful that I have ears to listen to this. I'm grateful that I'm still breathing today. I'm grateful that I can even read the subtitles that are on the screen. I'm grateful that I'm able to receive this message in a time when I feel like, I might be feeling really bad right now. I'm grateful to be able to listen to this. I'm grateful for whatever. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for, maybe I still have one friend in my life. All right. Maybe I still have someone that's in my life. Maybe I still have parents that care about me. Maybe I still have people that somewhat care about me, but I may have forgotten because I've been so in my mind about all these negative thoughts, right? So show gratitude for that. Maybe I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the experiences that I've had in my life. I'm grateful for the challenges that I've had in life. I'm grateful for things that have happened in the past that I've overcome. I'm grateful for the things that are occurring right now, the challenges they're giving me, and the opportunities that are arising from these challenges. I'm grateful for the ability to be grateful of things. I'm grateful for the ability to think. I'm grateful for the ability to think of things that I'm grateful for. To start with that, if you live in the Western world, you have a house, you have clothes, you have food on the table. I'm grateful for that, right? We forget a lot of that stuff. We forget how good we have it sometimes. And I understand that some people don't have it that good, but there's always something that you can be grateful for. That somebody else in the world is in a different situation as you, that would willingly trade places with you at any given time. They'll be willing to trade places with you, instant like this, because you have something that they don't have. And you need that contrast. You need to perceive that contrast and understand and bring your awareness and your consciousness to that, to allow you to realize that you can overcome this situation, that this is not a big deal, that you can overcome these thought processes. You can calm the things in your mind. You have what it takes. You have the ability to do that. You can overcome. You can succeed. This can change for you. You can make it happen. You can change your habit. You can change how you feel. You can change how you think. You have what it takes in order to overcome this. You have what it takes to change your experience. You have what it takes to change your life. And it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what you have. It doesn't matter if you have no money. It doesn't matter your health situation. You have what it takes to make the most out of the experience that you have right now. You have to understand that that is what you have. And every single person has the ability to be able to do this. They do. They really do. And you do. You can do this. You can do it. You can overcome. You are an overcomer. You are a winner. You have been conditioned to fail. You have been conditioned to lose. You have been conditioned to be a victim. You have been conditioned to feel like you don't have control for whatever reason. Trauma, parents, childhood upbringing, whatever it is. Doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter. Day is the day. Right now is the decision. Make the decision. Acknowledge how you feel. What do you really want? And find the gratitude and find the good in the situation. This is your moment. This is your point. This is your ability. This is everything that you need is right here, right now, just for you. This is all you need. This is all you need to change your life. That's it. You can change your thoughts. It all starts with this. It all starts with changing your thoughts. It's going to have a dramatic impact on the quality of the next week, the next month, the next 3 months, the next 4 months, the next 9 months, the next 5 to 6 to 10 years. If you really, really feel and know that this is something that you can take control over. You have the ability. I hope this helps you.